Hi friends, welcome to War India News Hour. Do you know there is 600% increase in malicious emails during COVID-19 crisis? India's digital economy has the potential to reach $1 trillion by the year 2025. The highlights that 5G is going to be the potential enabler for the next wave of industrial growth. Organizations require to prepare their IT infrastructure and data management strategy for addressing the massive amount of data generated from the IoT devices. The short-term challenge is on the increase of cybercrime to 600% with malicious emails amid COVID-19 during pandemic, and the crisis is moving the world towards increased technological innovation and online collaboration. There have been also worrying reports of cyber attacks against healthcare organizations and medical research facilities worldwide. This is because of the growing digital dependency that has increased the vulnerability to cyber attacks, and it is estimated that one such attack takes place every 39 seconds. The current pandemic has changed the way we work, and this looks set to remain the case for the long term at the very least. Changes in behavior due to lockdown restrictions have caused measurable changes in the usage of both fixed and mobile networks. The largest share of the traffic increase has been absorbed by fixed residential networks, which has experienced a 20 to 100% growth. But many service providers also noticed a spike in demand on their mobile network. Let's look into today's headlines of War India. India's app ban a setback to Chinese tech giants. India market has been used as the test bed for most of the global companies in the world. The Indian government's decision to ban 59 Chinese apps is a big setback for many internet giants with global ambitions. Unlike US tech majors like Facebook and Google, which have been able to build big businesses in Europe and Asia, India and Southeast Asia are some of the markets that large Chinese companies have been betting on to show that they can succeed beyond their home turf. US telecom regulator declares threat from Huawei and ZTE. The Federal Communication Commission has declared Chinese telecom giants Huawei and ZTE are a threat to national security, a move that will formally ban US telecom companies from using federal funds to buy and install Huawei and ZTE equipments. However, Huawei and ZTE have repeatedly rejected these claims. Medha Raj appointed as Digital Chief of Staff for Joe Biden. Indian-American Medha Raj has been named by Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden as his Digital Chief of Staff, a key role in his election campaigns, which are entirely going virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic in the US. Raj will work across all facets of the digital departments to streamline and coordinate how to maximize the impact of its digital outputs, the Biden campaign said. PM Modi says rising negligence a cause of worry. Addressing the nation, PM Narendra Modi said that carelessness has increased among citizens since Unlock 1, adding that it's a sign of worry. We used to be careful about wearing masks, washing hands and maintaining social distancing. But now we need to be more careful. Many are being irresponsible. Made in China goods can't be procured from GEM, says Paswan. As to support the boycott against Chinese goods, Union Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ram Vilas Paswan has issued directives to officials to not purchase anything made in China from its e-procurement platform, government's e-marketplace. COVID-19 impact shows network's crucial role in society, says Ericsson. Ericsson expects the global number of 5G subscriptions to top 190 million by the end of 2020 and 2.8 billion by the end of 2025. These forecasts are included in the June 2020 edition of the Ericsson Mobility Report, along with projections for data traffic growth and regional subscriptions. Air Force develops airborne locust control system on Mi-17 helicopters. The Indian Air Force has indigenously modified two Mi-17 helicopters for atomized airborne spraying of pesticides to deal with locust attack. The nozzles used for the purpose were a mix of commercially available as well as the ones developed by the Central Scientific Instruments Organization, that is CSIO, Chandigarh. All apps released in India must ensure data integrity, says Amitabh Kant. A day after the centre banned 59 mobile apps with links of China, Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant said that any apps released in the country must adhere to India's data integrity, privacy, sovereignty and transparency, and stressed that the country has to stay data sovereign. Amazon Web Services unveils new space business segment. AWS has introduced new services to accelerate innovation in the global aerospace and satellite industry. This segment will bring AWS services and solutions to the space enterprise and work with customers and partners around the world to provide secure, flexible, scalable, and cost-efficient cloud solutions to support government missions and companies advancing space around the world. Tencent's tension increases for PUBG after the ban of WeChat. WeChat, owned by Tencent, one of the Chinese biggest companies, the chat meets payment app, has more than 1 billion monthly users in China. Tencent, makers of the popular mobile game PUBG, fears that the game, which has over 100 million installs by the end of 2090, can be banned as India cracks down on Chinese apps. Finally, even with the changing landscapes, organizations today are seeking out solutions that can help them gain a foothold in the post-pandemic future. The current global scenario has seen more public and private organizations across the developing countries are moving towards implementing AI and RPA solutions to assist in business functionality. COVID Watch. As many as 18,653 COVID-19 cases have been reported in India in the last 24 hours, taking the country's tally of coronavirus cases to 5,85,493. The number of patients cured, discharged and migrated stands at 3,47,979. There are 507 deaths reported in the last 24 hours, taking the death total to 17,400. Summing up, while Indian organizations have shown improvement in terms of their cyber resilience by hiring skilled professionals and overall planning their needs, a lot more to be done to manage the dynamic cybersecurity landscape. Organizations need to look at testing their cybersecurity incident response plan regularly and leverage technologies like automation, cloud, AI, and interoperable solutions to help sail through any unforeseen situations against the emerging threats. Technology is the key differentiator that helped organizations to become more cyber resilient, especially when it comes to tools that help them resolve complexity. Secondly, we cannot deny the fact that more tools led to worse response capabilities. A report says an organization using more than 45 different security tools on average, and each incident they responded to required coordination across around 19 tools on average. However, the study also found that an overabundance of tools may actually hinder organizations' ability to handle attacks. Organizations have to manage risk while empowering business mobility by controlling access to applications and data across any location, network, and device for increasing productivity for the modern workforce. It is definitely a challenging time ahead for the IT and security leaders for reducing business risk to acceptability levels while ensuring ease of the use and productivity with the increasing demand on the agility, flexibility, while most of the employees are working from home. Let's wind up for the day. But do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.